Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform's stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Down 10 with 4 minutes to go, and you were able to pick yourself up and come. You were almost in the same situation a couple nights ago against Denver. So I guess the experience paid off.
Well, listen, I have talked to you guys all year about our team's resilience all year, and I'll stick with it. Like, we've had games where we weren't good. We've had games where we've given up leads like tonight, but this team has never quit on anything, after a bad game or, the other night in Denver, way down, come back. Tonight down 10 with 4 minutes, get it to overtime. I mean, Denver game, we had a shot to get it to overtime, had Z going to the rim with a chance to get it to overtime. So, we needed that. I mean, there are a lot of things in the game that we didn't do well. Our turnovers are just, they're killing us. I mean, it's really, that's the thing that want to close out the season really well and give ourselves a chance. That's the thing we're going to have to stop. I mean, 21 turnovers again tonight, but none in overtime. But we've got to take care of the ball. But we got it done, so I'll take it.
I could go a number of directions, but I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you saw someone personally foul out 3 different players?
Yeah, pretty much. We had to get 7 fouls on Towns because they changed the one because the Minnesota bench said that it was McDaniels that fouled. Pretty obvious he wasn't in the play. And I've never seen a ref change the call simply based on what the bench said. It wasn't either one of his colleagues out there that changed the call. He just went ahead and changed it.
What a joke.
So then we had to go get a 7th one on him, and Z did that too. I actually think he got about an 8th and a 9th too, but that's a whole nother story.
And more to Graf's question, what do you just think about how relentless he is? I mean, they're packing the paint on him all game, and you just kept coming at him, and it just kind of, in overtime, it, kind of just started going your way.
But again, right? I mean, even though down the stretch he didn't make a lot, the fact that Zoe made 8 threes gives you just a little bit more space. I mean, shooting just helps. It does. It just helps. And gives him a little bit more room. So, and he doesn't need a lot. He really doesn't.
Did you feel like things did loosen up because, Zoe was hitting threes and as the game wore on?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. Plus, you know, I mean, I don't know why, but that's certainly one of the reasons things loosened up. Yeah. Zoe made 8 threes, you know, so that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, you mentioned Lonzo, just a career high scoring night for him, added 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Just what did you think about his overall game tonight?
I mean, I thought he was great. I really thought he was great. Um, you know, and I thought it was one of the better jobs he had done. On top of that, of keeping us organized and poised coming down the stretch. You know, he had us organized, and I thought that was good.
Hey Stan, I know it wasn't the best overall shooting night for Brandon, but he was really kind of key late in that fourth quarter, getting into guys, drawing fouls. What did you like about what he was able to do in terms of, you know what, my shot's not falling, I'm going to just get you to foul me and send me to the line?
Yeah, I mean, and he stayed really aggressive, and that's obviously what you want to see from your best player. Sometimes shots go, sometimes they don't, but when you get into winning time, those guys have to be aggressive, and he was.
Yeah, you guys fall behind by 10 with 4 minutes left. Just, what were y'all able to do just to claw your way back in and force it into overtime?
I mean, the only way you can get back in, just like the other night in Denver, is with your defense. Like, you can't be giving up buckets. You're going to run out of time. So our defense was really, really good. We created some turnovers. We got out in transition, and you know, we were able to get to the rim and score, and get to the free throw line. Scoring with the clock stopped is a big help. You know, you're fighting time, so that was good. We really played the last 4 minutes about as well as we could possibly play them.
And how meaningful is it to get a win like this leading into, you know, the 2 biggest games of the season, probably Golden State on Monday and Tuesday?
Well, this was the biggest game of the season, and now Monday will be the biggest game of the season. And, you know, one of the things we've talked about—
2 biggest games of the season, anyway, probably Golden State on Monday.
Especially now where you are is, I mean, they're all big. Every game you play, the game you're playing that night has to be the biggest game of the year. And that's how you have to approach it, because we can't afford very many losses. Obviously, we're fighting with them State, so everybody will focus on that. But if you give away a game tonight, you know, the Golden State, it just gets further and further out of reach. So for now, tonight was the biggest game of the year. And then on Monday, that'll be the biggest game of the year. So we'll get ready and we'll play it well, I'm sure.
Coach, is it sign of growth of your team the way that you close the fourth quarter and the game in the overtime?
I mean, I think that we've certainly had some growth, but it's a process, you know. I mean, it's 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps back. You know, it's slow. Like, you know, we're back to being a really heavy turnover team, but our defense has gotten better. And then today, our defense took a step back until the end of the game. You know, so it's just you're always working. The thing that where our team has done a good job is they stay with it. They keep working. I mean, they don't just cash it in. This would have been an easy one to let go today. You know, down 10 with 4 minutes, an easy one to let go, and we didn't. So I think the Denver game helped us a little bit in that approach, with showing us that there's time up there if we just keep playing. So yeah, there was some growth today.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post Game Report. Big ups to the flock. Thank y'all for tuning in on this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. A very happy episode, which the Pelicans took care of business. It took overtime to get it, but this was a pretty rough game. The T-Wolves are a very talented young team and will be a threat in the quite near future with Finch running them. Listen, this team is definitely going to be a threat. So I'd like to welcome the family members in to this episode. Please hit upon the like button if you hadn't already hit the like button as well. Appreciate y'all being here as well. Much love to the flock. Big ups as we in the building. I'm Big Q chiming in. Got my co-host DC in the building as well. And once again, DC, this was a very gritty game. The Pelicans were able to get this win today, my man. I'm very good. 2-game winning streak we currently on. Come Monday, or is it Tuesday? I think it's Monday. No. Yeah, Monday. We got back-to-back matchups Monday and Tuesday with the Golden State Warriors. Very big games. before we even get to that, let's just celebrate the fact tonight that we were able to get this win in overtime, because it could have went very bad for the team, but the Pelicans, we did it tonight. So what you think about that, DC?
Man, I think it was excellent, bro. I mean, they definitely could have let this one go. They got down by 10 points with probably like 4 minutes to go. They started to fight back, and they came in and handled their business, man. At the end of the game, we could talk about all the things they didn't, do right, but the fact that they were able to right the ship, fix it, force this team into overtime, and then go ahead and take it, man. I gotta commend them for that. With the turnover issues they was having, they could have easily let this game go, but they buckled down, led by Lonzo, and decided they wanted this game, man, and they want to continue their season and keep playing. And Minnesota has been playing great ball. You know what I'm saying? This team was on a 4 or 5 game winning streak. So this ain't the same Minnesota team that everybody looks at as a joke to be ran over. They got Cat back. D'Angelo Russell was there. Ant-Man, he officially got a nickname for me because he handling his business now. So he was doing his thing, man. He led the way with 29. And the Pelicans, with all of that, still found a way to make it happen, even though Chris Finch was on the other side. And it was obvious he knew ways to aggravate BI and Zion. So I'm proud of the Pelicans, man, because they didn't quit. And they finally finished the job, late in the game when a lot of times we haven't been able to handle business. It was looking reminiscent of what's that game that close game we lost? It was a couple of games ago, I believe. Big Q, the last loss we had. They had a similar thing going on, man, where they tried to finish it late in the game against Denver. That's what it was. Tried to finish it late in the game, but they couldn't quite get it. They closed the deal today, and you gotta give them props for that, man. You love to see it.
Yeah, that's a major part of pushing for the playoffs, is a certain urgency that has to play into it, and and the Pelicans are just showing that, and of course we know Minnesota didn't have a chance to get in there, but these are the teams we got to beat. Of course, Charlotte got LaMelo Ball, and they got him back, so we'll have to deal with Charlotte with LaMelo, but that's fine. I mean, I don't care. Whatever we got to do to push through these guys and get to the play-in is the thing. And the Pelicans are the Pelicans are a playoff team. I kept saying it, and they are showing that sense of urgency that was missing. But DC, we talk often, off the show, before the show started, we talked about the free throws. It's an Achilles heel for this team. The turnovers and the defense needs to improve. We say that every damn show, but the fundamental things, defense, free throws, and stuff like that, we have to get. But despite those ills, we were still able to go into overtime and take this win, which we got to do better. Because Golden State, man, it'll be a little bit more difficult in those back-to-back matchups. We've got to clean up the poor free throw shoot.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that, man. It's something that's kind of plagued this roster since we put it together. I mean, even last year, it was the same thing: turnovers and free throw shooting. In my opinion, the turnovers, for the most part, I think they did a lot better this year, even though we've had some games recently where that's come back up. But free throw shooting, man, it's so crazy because we got guys that are shooting real good from the field. Like let's say Zion, he shot 80% tonight, and he probably was about 50 or 60% on his free throws, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what 50%. I don't think he's that bad. But you had Bled. He shouldn't be able to miss no free throws at all, man. With the holes that he got in his game and the different things that he needs to make up for. He drops one. Ingram didn't have it going tonight. Usually a good free throw shooter. He couldn't get it going. And man, when
he struggled all over the field offensively.
Yeah, but when both of your stars just can't get it going from the line, man, that's a lot of times that'll be a recipe for disaster, But we was able to go ahead and pull it out. But I don't know the solution at this point, Q. I mean, we got two different coaches, and still the same problem with the free throw shooting. Is it a maturity issue or something that they're just gonna have to work through as they grow?
I think it's I don't know if maturity is part of it. I think the coach has to make the emphasis on becoming and like he keeps preaching defense. I think defense is paramount in his philosophy that he wants this team to be a better defensive team, and he worry about the free
at the
throws
expense
later.
of free throw shooting.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he focusing on defense, but really, from a balance standpoint, you need the way you're going to get better for as a free throw shooting team is you have to get this team into these free throw drills to get them to that level, and that's a part of it. But I think he fixates on defense because he sees that as a major Achilles heel to get the team to the next level. And he's right. If the defense is solid, we get a lot of unforced and forced errors by your opposing team, which will lead in easy transition baskets. So I think that's a main staple in Van Gundy's thought process. But if you watch the Pelicans tonight, they were moving the ball, they were playing with a lot of energy. But sometimes guys will be a phase out of the play to make a turnover. One guy stepped there just a half step late for the pass. They'll be in position at sometimes and they'll just be right out of reality with it. But I can see the effort is there. It's not like they're saying, hell no, I ain't playing no defense. Who you think I am? That's not what's going on. You see the effort, but sometimes it just be a phase out of reality. Like you just seen the shot right there where Jackson went out to the 3-point line. He was there, but he was just a half a step away from actually blocking the shot, and the guy just knocked the shot down. He just hit the 3-pointer.
I think it's sometimes it's they're thinking on when they're supposed to switch, when they're not supposed to switch, who they're supposed to guard. It's still, you can see it's still a process in the way Van Gundy wants them to play. And I think that's that slow step you see sometimes. Because sometimes I see him like when Cat was in the paint and we all like, why they not double teaming Cat? But when you look at the players, they all looking around like, come on, I know we're supposed to double him, but like who's supposed to double Cat? You gonna double him? I'm gonna double him. It's like this the whole thing. You go do it, and everybody's like unsure. So again, I think it comes more with the ability to practice. I'll say this again about Stan Van Gundy, and I honestly feel this way. He's a guy that the way he coaches is probably implemented a lot through practice. So with us not being able to practice as much as normal, I think that's some of the impact you're seeing with the way guys play on defense. As far as you were talking about with that, but it damn sure ain't the only thing. Maybe the other aspect of it is they're not understanding all the time when they're supposed to do what, when they're supposed to do what, as far as his philosophy. So they still need more coaching on it. They're not picking it up. We think it's something simple. Maybe it's a little more complicated than we think. And the way he tells it to him, obviously, we all know that Stan Van Gundy obviously may not be the best at making something complicated simple. He probably makes something complicated even more complicated.
I can see him making it he overcomplicating it.
Right. So they're constantly thinking. And if you play sports, anybody, if you play sports, when you out there and you thinking and it ain't second nature, it slows you down a bit, man. You're gonna be second guessing stuff. The stuff you're gonna just do and be fast at. But when you're not really sure, you're gonna second guess yourself and hand down, man down, right, Q?
Hand down,
like Mark Jackson said. Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. And the Pelicans, man, despite those ills, the Pelicans still were able to get the victory, and I'm very proud of them on that. As we get ready to run into some of our statistics now, man, to be quite honest with you, let's get into that. Hold on, let me get the screen shared. We'll go bounce right to that next statistical window, and we'll start off here. As you can see, the overall team statistics here: Pelicans 47 of 92 tonight, a very respectable 51%. Look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, 48 of 106 for 45.3. 3-point shooting, 14 of 36 for the Pelicans for 39%. 15 of 48 by the Timberwolves for 31%. Then you go to the free throw line where the Pelicans could have won this game for them. They left. If you're shooting perfect, they committed and left 14 points there. 32 of 46. You got 46 attempts on the road to the charity stripe. You got to convert a higher clip than just 69.6%. We wouldn't have an overtime period. It wouldn't be needed if we would got a little bit better. So that's what we was emphasizing, cleaning that up, going forward. 32 of 46, just under 70%, 25 of 32 by the Timberwolves for 78%, which is where ideally I want the Pelicans to be around 78% right there. Rebounds 52 to 51 as they were rebounding there. 34 assists by the Pelicans as you can see them circulating, but the Timberwolves still was circulating as well. 35, 17 steals by the Timberwolves tonight. 17 steals over doubled, more than doubled what the Pelicans did with 8. And then, of course, 6 to 5 with the blocks. 21 turnovers by the Pelicans versus 16 by the Timberwolves. 21 points of turnovers, 16 there by the Timberwolves. And then 21 points by the Timberwolves off turnovers. Fast break points, Timberwolves won 22 to 14. Points in paint, 62 to 60. Advantage Pelicans by 2. Largest lead with 13 by the Pels, 10 by the Timberwolves. DC, we just talked about the statistics with the which stick out in a positive fashion. 51% shooting from the field, just under 39% from downtown. Charity Stripe is a bit problematic, and of course the turnovers. Stan Van talked about the defense in this one as well. Once again, saying that, but nevertheless, the Pelicans moved the inch a little closer. You want to comment on team statistics?
Yeah. To me, the one that was a big emphasis was the 3-point shooting. Man, I mean, we forced them into 12 more 3-point shots than us. You know what I'm saying? And they shot that at 31%. So when we guard the 3-point line, man, or at least the team shoots bad from 3, more times than not, we win that game. Especially if we're able to hit our shots from the 3. Shout out to Lonzo Ball because he was most of the 3-point shooting tonight. I know Najee Marshall hit a couple, but other than that, I don't really remember a lot of people hitting threes. But he did more than enough to bump that up for us. So, that was kind of a big aspect to this win, man. Being able to control that. They ain't really got no guys that's just flamethrowers from behind the line, but the other 2 games, Minnesota tortured us from the 3-point line, man. It was all coming out shooting like they was all 3-point shooting specialists last time we played them. So
That's right.
For us to be able to handle our business this time and not allow Ricky Rubio to kill us, as well as D'Angelo Russell, you know what I'm saying? I guess we did the best we could against Big Cat. He got like 28. Ant-Man, I thought we probably let him do a little too much. He was getting to the line, though, and it was giving him the call. So I don't know what you're going to do about that. But we did what we had to do to win. Obviously, could have been a lot cleaner. Obviously, this game should not have went to overtime. But we fell asleep somewhere at the top of that fourth quarter or in the middle of it and let them go on that run where they got up by 10, man. And, man, 3-point shooting is what saved us, and the ability of Zion and Lonzo Ball to facilitate, because those 2 guys were basically, I guess, controlling the whole offense. If you want to look at it, the way we ran a lot of the offense through Zion, Brandon Ingram couldn't get it going, and a lot of things were dictated by Lonzo Ball hitting all those threes, where they couldn't just pull off of him all the time and kind of double Zion, and you saw his points starting to go up once they respected Lonzo a little bit more. In the third, he did excellent in the first half, though. I think he only missed 2 shots all game, Zion. So we definitely won this game because of him. But as a team, man, I thought we did everything we had to do to handle our business offensively, but defensively we could have did a lot better. But we did guard the 3-point line, so holding them 31% was what it was for me.
Yeah, that was well said, because Zion Williamson, man, he just really took this thing over, and willed the Pelicans to win. He put them on his shoulders. Ingram struggled pretty mightily in this matchup here. Of course, we were dealing without Steven Jackson, Steven Adams in this game, and Billy Hernan Gomez playing up. His brothers on the other side, knocking down 3-pointers. But Zion, 37 points in 42 minutes. He was 14 of 17 from the field. Insane. 9 of 15 from the charity stripe. He finished with 37 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Yeah, 7 turnovers. But Zion almost had a triple-double in this matchup. He really
he did. He did, in my opinion, Big Q. I mean, I guess I can't just give him a rebound, but I know for sure, bro, there were at least a good 4 or 5 passes I seen him dump off to Jackson Hayes and Billy Herman Gomez that just they mishandled the ball, went out of bounds, or they didn't shoot it and kicked it out. He was dropping dimes tonight, Big Q.
Yeah, he just carried the team. That's pretty much what he did. He put them on his shoulders and willed them to victory. And then of course the second leading scorer there, Alonzo Ball, was just put on a spectacular game. I mean, defensive, offensive. Lonzo, 33 points in 40 minutes. He was 10 of 21 from the field. He was 8 of 17 from downtown, 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and he had 5 turnovers, but nonetheless, almost he had a double double, almost a triple double for Lonzo Ball in the matchup as well. Bledsoe got it going, 216 points, 35 minutes. He was 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Bledsoe really got to work on his free throw shooting, as well as a lot of our Pelican men. But 16
Yeah.
points from, and in the backcourt of Ball and Bledsoe really showed up in this matchup. Billy Hernan Gomez, 12 points, 12 rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. Billy, double guy like that. That's what we need there. 14 points for BI. He struggled in 40 minutes. 4 of 17 from the field, just couldn't get it going. 2 of 7 from downtown. 4 of 8 from the free throw. We know BI was having a tough day because he's an 88% free throw shooter.
Yeah,
He was
88 or 86, something like
he
that.
he was 4 of 8 from there, a 50% tonight, which I know he was totally not in his realm. And then of course you go off the bench, only one double-digit score there. Jackson Hayes in 25 minutes, he had 13.6 rebounds and a couple of blocks in the matchup. And then of course you see Najee Marshall in 15 minutes, he had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. James Johnson played 21 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block for James Johnson. And then, of course, you look at KLJ, 17 minutes, 4 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds for KLJ as well. And even when Gabriel got in the game for a few minutes, 3 minutes, not much to talk about on that side of stuff.
Well,
And, of
he
course,
got a
the top
foul.
scorer, there you go. And, of course, the top scorers, if you look at Minnesota, Anthony Edwards was absolutely amazing, almost a double-double by him, almost a triple-double.
Ant-Man.
29 points for him. Towns had 28 points. Russell off the bench at 33 minutes has 17 points, 17 from Najee Reed, 14 from Juan Hernan Gomez, Billy's brother, and then 11 from Ricky Rubio in the matchup. Not enough. Pelicans take them down 140 to 136 DC. What you want to say about the individuals?
First off, I want to point out two people on our team, man, that just played spectacular. Of course, we all know who they are tonight. Zion being the what? Him and Joker, I think in the last 25 years, I think I saw this stat of having these 35 plus points on 80% field goal shooting. That is insane, y'all. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Joker is gonna be the MVP. So for Zion to have any stat that's comparable with Joker and just him, that's amazing. That tells you a lot. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are gonna complain about his free throw shooting and the 7 turnovers, but I'm gonna tell you this: I don't give a shit. When you go a whole game, drop 37, have 9 rebounds and 8 assists, and you did it on 80% shooting. Come on, family. We for me to he obviously he need to hit his free throws, yeah, and you shouldn't turn the ball over 7 times, yeah. But if you're gonna give me that type of damn production, I live with them missed free throws and them 7 turnovers. I'm just telling you. The dude was absolutely phenomenal. Every time we needed a bucket, he got it, going down the stretch. I don't think all of the misses he had, probably 2 of the misses came in the first half. He missed 1 shot, probably the whole second half. Like, that's crazy. And they actually was giving him his calls tonight. You know what I'm saying? So
15 attempts.
whatever we went through with the Denver thing, maybe we mailed some stuff in, sent some video to the NBA or whatever. They finally got the memo. And when they was filing them, they was giving him his calls tonight. So shout outs to the refs for that. I seen them do a lot of garbage ass calls too, but at least they called the fouls on Zion. And
Yep.
What'd you say, brother?
I said 15 attempts given to Zion Williamson tonight. I think that old adage about squeaky wheel getting
the grease, huh?
get the oil right. That rings true.
Yeah, that's true. And the other guy, man, shout out to Lonzo Ball, man. The guy had a career high tonight. I don't know if y'all realize this dude,
He
with
was
all the
awesome
pressure
tonight.
we got on us, this guy, not just this game, but the other game, he got a triple-double. Then the last game, he didn't shoot well, but man, he was everywhere defensively. You know what I'm saying? This guy wants to win, wants to get in the play-in, and he balling out, man. He balling out, bro. The dude had a career high, 33 points. Probably tied his career high and made 3-pointers with 8. You know what I'm saying? Then with Adams out the game, he goes out there and grabs 11 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Then he give you 8 assists. Probably could have got more. And then every time you turn around and look, you getting the damn steal. He got 3 steals. How many games I didn't looked up and seen Lonzo Ball got 3 and 4 and 5 steals? He's starting to connect it together, man. If we can keep this guy next year and he plays at this type of level, obviously he's not gonna give you 33 every night. But if we can get a consistent like 18 points out of Lonzo Ball, 4 or 5 3-pointers, you know what I'm saying? Decent free throw shooting, actually start getting to the rim and attacking the cup, and he flirting with a triple double all the damn time, he'll be worth every penny or whatever the hell the Pelicans decide to pay him or whoever pays him. So I know he's a very it's crazy how people talk about him. You either love him or hate him, but the dude is phenomenal, and he's a very talented guy, and he can contribute to winning because he does a lot that doesn't go into the stats, and he's a hell of a defender, and he is intelligent. You know, even though sometimes we see him do some boneheaded plays, but shout out to Lonzo tonight, man. Big game from him, and yeah, unique view. He want that bag. He definitely do. But if he can try to get his bag and contribute to us winning and making it to the playoffs, I'm all for paying him. If we go to the playoffs and Lonzo keep playing like this to get us to the playoffs, you should give him the bag.
I mean, why not? I mean, he's asking for $20 million. That's a stone's throw from what we giving Eric Bledsoe. So I mean, it's a simple thing. If you need to just get rid of Bledsoe and get the money to Lonzo, Lonzo. And then, of course, NAW is your off guard there. You can bring him in. He gives you effort and jump shooting as well. So I think that'll be an easy move, a better move for the team. But that's
what
for
you think about this comment up here, man? By notably, what is that? Nola baby Kev, man. I mean, come on.
Okay, let me read that. Let me read it. I just put it up.
The dude gave 37 on 80% shooting, bro.
Hold on, DC. Let me read it here. He says, DC 6 straight missed free throws, fam. Nah, my brother. Playoff, we going to need all these free throws. We gonna need all of them. They free. We not knocking them down. And he does make a point, though. Kevin does make a point. Pelicans are a poor free throw shooting. Why nobody ain't never say this
about Shaq, though, bro?
He was dominant everywhere else that, and then they did complain about Shaq. I complained about Shaq missing them goddamn free throws. But you know what they said about Shaq, why he had to use that arching manner, because he broke his wrist and he couldn't flex and bend like that. So he had to do this disheveled thing to try to do it. But he was a guy that always had issues at times hitting the free throw. But Shaq really tried to hit those free throws. But that was, I think, probably the toughest thing in the world for Shaquille O'Neal to do, is consistently knock down them charity stripe points. But they are they call free throws for a minute, which there's nobody standing in your goddamn way. As a professional, you're supposed to knock those down, especially if you're a point guard who's used to shooting 3-pointers and you get an opportunity to stand there with nobody in your face. That's just seemed like it's totally psychological. While you're not hitting free throws, you're not being challenged. It is simply the pressure of you converting the shots with nobody, and most of them we're not hitting. I think that is attention to detail. The defense, the free throws, and the respecting the ball, not turning the ball over, that takes the Pelicans to the next level. That's my call.
It does, man, and I agree. But it's like, for a guy to have a historic night, I watch him, clean up his mistakes, handle his business in the clutch. He drops 37. We win the game because of him and Lonzo. And for me to get in here and complain that he missed 6 free throws in a row, I just feel like you just nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you shouldn't miss your free throws. But I mean, when we seen Zion miss 6 free throws in a row? Now, I documented it. I told you. In the second quarter, in the third quarter, sometimes Zion gonna miss some free throws. This happened all year. Sometimes it's all right, I see you, brother. I see you talking about the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. You can't do the playoffs. That's definitely gonna cause you to get your ass up out of there missing free throws, because stuff like that, it ratchet up and the pressure's high. You don't get a lot of freebies. So when you can't nail them at the line in the playoffs, you're right. But I thought you was talking about tonight, man. I'm just saying I can't talk down on him tonight, man. After what I saw, it was an amazing performance. You know, to go out there and do what he did. There ain't too many people in the league that can do what he did. The only other person in the last 25 years that did it was the Joker. That's it.
That says a lot, man. When you sit up there with the Joker, but it almost makes me laugh as I heard Charles Oakley crazy ass must have took too many elbows to the side of the back of his head.
That man bleed orange and blue and white and whatever the hell they call it.
He keep messing with the Flock family, gonna bleed more than that. But the reality is, I mean, it's crazy because what he said about Zion Williamson ain't doing nothing special. Man, you got.
Wait, he said he ain't doing nothing special.
But yeah, he said that.
I ain't hear that. I thought you was about to talk about the one where he said Julius Randle is better than Zion Williamson because he can do more. I heard that comment. I ain't heard when he said he ain't nothing special.
Read the whole thing that Zion,
he crazy.
He out of his damn mind. Zion Williamson, you putting Zion just played 82 full games of his career. Just made it over 82.
One NBA season.
One NBA season, and in one NBA season, he doing stuff that people that played in the league just in 1 year have never done before, including Charles Oakley lame ass. So at the end of the day, I think Zion Williamson is definitely what was it? Melon and God say he's a folklore character.
Yeah, what?
He's a folklore character, like a unicorn or three-eyed lizard monster. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. This the type of stuff that he do.
Thanos and Zeus had a baby, you know.
Man, he's spectacular, man. I'll tell you no different than that, man. He's absolute. What's up, Jasper? Big ups to the family members here. Yeah, but he says Latasha says Zion is too damn slow. Slow what? What you mean?
I don't know what you talking about, Tasha. I don't know what you watching.
Tasha said he's slow. But
she
anyway,
might be talking about Mount Zion or something. She talking about the mountain.
But yeah, it just goes to show you what I see from Zion to like tonight carrying the team because BI was struggling. BI put up 14 points, couldn't do really much of nothing. But you know, we're gonna need all those guys come against the Golden State Warriors, which is also something coming up really, really soon. So we're gonna move that into our next breakdown of the Golden State Warriors, and we're gonna go over that breakdown and cover that because listen, DC, I think this is pivotal that we got to get this matchup, my friend. We got to get that done. So we're gonna go into that. You know about old Chef Curry, 31 points a game and 49%.
He always cooking, bro.
Yeah, Chef is 92% free throw shooter.
God damn.
That's ridiculous. So, I mean, he shoots 92% from the charity stripe. He shoots almost 49% from the field. 31.3 for Chef Curry.
What did he shoot from the three-point line, I wonder? We got to find that.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up in a moment. But Zion, 27 flat a game. Not flat, but almost 61% point from the field, which is, look at that. Steph is mostly a shooting guard, but he does get to the basket. Zion 61% is ridiculous. 70% from the charity stripe. Got to clean that up. And of course, you look at the reports here. You see Pasquale and Kelly Oubre, our homeboys out and might not be able to play in the matchups. We'll see. Steven Adams is listed as out, and of course, there you see Marcos Luzada Silva is there as well. You know who that is. So with that being said, let's move into the
how he get signed and show up on the injury report, man? What's going on here?
I think they list him as out. I don't know
because they're not gonna play him. He probably still getting caught up. The COVID thing, like you said.
Right. So Golden State averaging 113 a game while giving up 113 per game. Now remember the Warriors, as talented as they are only a 500 club this year. They're 32-32 right now, 13-21 away. So they're not exactly the juggernaut that we have accustomed to seeing, but Steph Curry still light your world up because they did win tonight after all. So 112, averaging almost 113, giving up 113, about even, 46.5% from the field, 43 rebounds, almost 27.4 in the assists, just under 5 blocks a game, 8.3 on the steals. Like I said, they won tonight, 6-4 the last 10 contests. The Pelicans averaging almost 150 in the game while giving up 115.1. 48.2 from the field, 47 flat on the rebounds, 26.1 assists, 4.3 on the block, 7.5 on the steals. 2 in a row is what the Pelicans are doing right now. with the win over OKC and Minnesota, which feels good. 4-6 the last 10 in the game. So as we're going to be in the Smoothie Center, we'll be home, and it's crazy because we this is the first time this season that we'll be meeting with the Warriors. There'll be the game on the 3rd, then a game on the 4th, and then about 10 days later we'll get an opportunity to finish this series. And all 3 of these games are very important games against the Golden State Warriors, all 3 of them, because they're ahead of us in the standings. And if we can take the majority, if not all of these games, I think this helps the Pelicans in tremendous ways. As you can see, our Southwest standings, Pelicans are 29-35, currently on a 2-game winning streak. The San Antonio Spurs lost. They are currently on a 2-game slide. Memphis also lost. Dallas is handling business. They're winning 3 straight. Remember, we have to take on Dallas as well. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to say none the least. Let's if we look at the rebounds here, as we finish the stats, Draymond Green averaging 7 a game. Steven Adams is our top rebounder with just under 9.
Collard greens.
And Draymond is the top assist man with 8.6 there as well. And you see Lonzo at 6 rebounds per contest. I mean, assists. Sorry about that. And then, of course, you look at the team standings right here, team statistics rather. You see Steph Curry 31.3 leading the team scorer. Andrew Wiggins is 18.1. Oubre 15.4. Wiseman, who dealing with injuries, 11.5 with 6 rebounds per contest, so on and so forth. So as you can see, Draymond rebounds, assists, and steals, while Steph is the man everywhere else. So that's this. You look at the depth chart for the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Wiggins, Oubre is out. So does that mean Bazemore more than likely will slide into that position? And then, of course, Draymond with Kevon Looney. We know that Wiseman is out. So DC Oubre is listed as out. So is Damian Lee. What do you think about this? This is a very important matchup coming up on Monday. Both of those are in back-to-back matchups at home with G-State. Steph Curry coming in the building. This is not the same Warrior team. We need this. How do we get this?
First off, I'm gonna get to that, but I want to shout out Marley, bro. Marley say Willie done rubbed off on Oakley. He said Oakley been drinking that Willie Bibbins haterade.
Zion ain't nothing special. He ain't doing nothing special for real.
I thought that was funny. But we gotta stop them from cooking, bro. We gotta close the kitchen, bro. That's where it all start. Before they get the dishing and setting the table and all that, we need to keep the damn chef out the kitchen. Easier said than done. I think Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe can help with that. Eric Bledsoe can finally guard somebody that's not that much taller than him. So that would be some help. Hopefully you don't get him in foul trouble, but I'm sure he probably will. But it all starts and ends with Steph Curry, man. This guy comes out every night and give people a 30 piece. He was giving people 40 pieces all last month. So that's it. That's the whole team, bro. That and we need to make sure Zion wear a cup because Draymond Green always trying to kick somebody in the nuts. So we don't need that to happen to Zion. Somebody need to get in his ear and tell him we know you like to play free.
Right, Draymond will try to piss Zion off, and they got somebody going to pull us and say, "Listen, you can't believe that because Draymond to get under your skin."
Right. I don't. Zion to me seems to be very mentally tough. I don't think he'll allow anybody to get under his skin. And the way he plays and dominates, I'm sure he done seen a bunch of people try to tell him all type of stuff. He probably done had grown men, when he was a child, trying to torment him the way he plays. So I don't think it's gonna be a matter of Draymond talking, but I think he gonna foul him hard. He gonna have to. We know this is coming. Draymond is gonna try to foul the hell out of Zion when he get a chance, because what other chance does he have? Like Draymond is he's a good defender, you know what I'm saying? I think he's still a good defender. He's very intelligent on that end and can set people up. But I think he up there with Charles Oakley. He getting a little delusional. He came out talking about he the best defender ever in the world and all that. I don't know what the hell he talking about. He's a guy that's good. I would like to have him on my team, but I don't think
never lost.
That's what he said?
No, that's what he sound like. Never lost.
But I don't think he the best defender ever. You know what I'm saying? They got a long list of people, you might have to go talk to about that. But we need to stop Steph, man. I don't know how we gonna do it. I don't know what our game plan gonna be to do it, but we have to stop Steph. You know what I'm saying? You got to guard the dude from half court. So I know it ain't gonna be no easy task, but that's it. All starts and ends there. We know the Warriors this year ain't no juggernaut. They're not defensively dominant either. So on the other side of the ball, we need to handle our business, not turn the ball over, basically not beat ourselves. And I really feel they have no answer for Zion, none at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see them being able to stop Zion, but if we go out there and we give the Warriors 21 turnovers, I don't think we'll be able to beat them. They got some savvy veterans. I'm talking about Draymond and what he does, but Draymond is intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So is Steph. Even Kevon Looney. Andrew Wiggins is definitely not no slouch. He gonna give you something. But we can't go out there and try to play B, C level basketball. We need to bring our A game. And I think we get them, bro. The first one is on ESPN, and I hope we can break this omen. I've hated watching the Pelicans on primetime. For some reason, they just never show up on primetime. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're not ready for the camera. I don't know if it's too much for them or something. But it will be at home, so maybe that'll go in our favor. But the last primetime game, I think, was the Nets game, right? The second time. Wasn't both of them primetime, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, both of them were. I want to
Yeah,
say both of them were. Yeah.
and we had the Nets. We had the Nets dead to right, man, where we wanted them. And they came in the fourth quarter, and Kyrie started doing Kyrie things, and we just weren't able to close it out, man. So I don't want to see a repeat with Steph. And they're going to hype this one, family. I'm just letting y'all know if y'all don't already know. They're going to do the whole Marvel superhero thing. I don't know who the hell Steph going to be. I guess he going to be the little dude who shoot the bow and arrow. That's who he got to be. You know, because he don't miss no damn shots. So Zion is gonna be Thanos. Oh yeah, and I don't know who else they're gonna fill in. They better not put Draymond Green as a Incredible Hulk or something.
I seen on the commercial Draymond was played a pirate.
A pirate. That's about right. That's about right. A no name damn pirate. He better not be Captain Hook or nothing. Just some no name ass pirate. That's about right. But yeah, so they gonna hype this one up, man. A lot of people love watching the Warriors, so you know the eyes gonna be on us, man. And if we want to change the narrative about this team and to have people look at us a little more seriously about pushing for this playoff spot, build a little more energy up, you know, with the rest of the sports world, we need to go ahead and win this game, man. We got to beat them.
Yeah, I agree, and this is very important. This is a big one here. All three of these contests in our building that's coming up. We need both of these matchups. It's three that we have to see this team in the next couple of weeks. We've got to get this. This team's sitting ahead of us in the standings. We've got to beat this team. We've got to. If we could take two of the three, I'll be happy with that. If not all of them, I know that's asking a lot to be Golden State 3 times out of 3. But listen, they don't have Klay Thompson, and even though Steph Curry is an absolute assassin, and Draymond's in there as well, and they do have Oubre. Probably, I don't know if he'll be ready for these 2 games, but probably later on he might be there. Andre Wiggins is still another guy that's phenomenal. So I mean, regardless or not, we got some tough games. Dallas is playing better. We see San Antonio starting to lose. They lost 2 in a row. We see Memphis lost. So teams are losing while the Pelicans are gaining, and that's how we'll catch them people and bypass them. But Golden State's in the way. We can't be looking at them all starry-eyed. We got to knock the piss out of them and drive them into the ground. You know, this is what it comes down to, and that's when that fierce mentality has to present itself for the team moving forward. Because once the Pelicans get a taste, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. What's going to cure a lot of these ills that we see in the regular season is that they're going, you know, early on you see them going through the motions, but as you get closer and closer to that sun, meaning that playoffs, in a seriousness, stuff start getting really real. And once the Pelicans get in the playoffs and they get a taste of them playoffs, that is going to be the thing that really rises the level of that team, because then and only then the expectations from the flow up with Zion and BI is playoffs every year. And once they get a taste in them net playoffs as a team collectively, you're going to see a lot of things sink in. And of course, next year, we want to build upon that. So that's what I'm counting on. Even if we get there and we're able to make some stink, in the playoffs, I think that that ratcheted up level of competition. You'll see a better Bi. You'll see a Zion playoff beast. You see regular season Zion, like there's a playoff Rondo. You're gonna see an elevated version of Zion Williamson getting excited about the playoffs. So as an overall, man, that's what I'm really banking on with this team moving into the playoffs. So this will be pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. But this is a good contest to see what we can do with Golden State in back-to-back matchups Monday and Tuesday. So we're gonna see on that. But DC, I'm gonna give you the floor before we check out, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, we got one thing we can definitely look forward to, and that's a good game from Bi. Man, Bi very rarely plays the way he played tonight. Have an off game and come back out. In that second game and do the same thing. So I'm pretty sure Bi gonna bring his A game, and Zion looked like he hitting his stride and he ready to make a run. And if Lonzo Ball, he's on a stretch like that, man, we got our trio playing how they playing, man. We gonna be tough. We gonna be tough. So we got a lot to be excited about and be happy about, family. They doing what they need to make this run. Is starting a lot later than we wanted. We was trying to hope they could be playing this type of ball maybe 5 or 6 games ago when we kind of realized they were still in it. But they doing what they got to do right now, and if they can go and sweep the Warriors, man, I mean that'll pretty much change all their fortunes just doing that. You know what I'm saying? If they sweep the Warriors and then they drop a game or two somewhere in this last stretch, we still will be able to make the plan. You know what I'm saying? But they need this game. If they don't get this one, this could this kind of knock the wind out of us a little bit.
Call me a perfectionist. I won't step on everybody's head.
I want to step on everybody's head too, but
I'm just gonna be real with you. I know it ain't gonna be easy because
I'm just
Charlotte.
talking about scenarios, though.
I
big
got,
brother.
I got you. No, I'm not kicking against you, what you're talking about. You speaking real, but I'm saying I'm looking at it like I won't step on all the goddamn heads. Golden State Warriors is not a little championship team right now. This is a team sitting their ass up at 32 and 32 or whatever it is. We're not scared of y'all. And of
That's
course,
crazy.
Damien says, Q, DC Pelicans suck at Garden Tree all year. We got Curry coming. That's freaking scary, dude. What you think? Well, listen, that's right. We have sucked in many games at Garden 3-point line, but that doesn't scare me the least bit. You know what? You know what scares me more than running out at the Curry and running Curry's ass off that 3-point line? Missing the playoffs or the play in. That scares me more than Steph Curry bombing 3-pointers or the Pelicans. The Pelicans got to step their level of game up. We know this is a playoff team. They need to show it competitively for these next 9 games to get into the playoffs. We got Charlotte. They got LaMelo back. We thought LaMelo might not. They got him back. So it's going to be Lonzo gets an opportunity to get some revenge against him from what he did earlier this year against his brother. So we got other games. Dallas is stepping the game up and playing better. We got Los Angeles who wants to be. They're gonna play some people because they looking kind of shifty and this stuff. They won't start winning some games too, so they don't sink either further in them standards as well. So we're gonna get everybody's A game, which is totally fine for me because we need to be tested. And if you want it, you're gonna have to take it to get in these playoffs. Bottom line. We a playoff team. We need to show it and prove it. And they did it real good tonight by marching in there, Minnesota, and we couldn't do nothing with Minnesota, but we went up in there and took this goddamn game out of Minnesota. Now, of course, we could have won it a lot easier had we hit more free throws. It wouldn't have went into overtime.
Right.
But still in all, we were still able to get in there and Zion put the team on the shoulders. Man, listen, we on a 2-game winning streak. I don't give a care. They don't have Klay Thompson. Steph Curry can't shoot that ball. Ain't no doubt about it. The hell with it. Come on with it, Steph. Come on with it. We have to run him off that goddamn line and force him to make layups, and we got to play some defense. And we also got a couple of wildebeests too. Steph Curry is a wildebeest. But listen, we got a couple of wildebeests we could throw at your ass too. So I mean, listen, we're going to make it real interesting for him. I promise you on that. So with that being said, we're going to check out on that, man. I got a little animated right quick on that because listen, fam, I mean, I feel you what you're saying, Damon. You're absolutely right. But what scares me more than running Curry off that 3-point line is missing the playoffs because that would be a shame because ultimately you want to win every year you got here to prove to these young people like Zion and Bi that this is not a bad experiment, that we actually we're hitting on something here where we looking really good to the future and hopefully relatively fast in the near future. We looking at a team that can have deep playoff runs.
Man, it don't scare me with Steph Curry because the Warriors aren't the same team they were. I mean, they still have that allure, for all of us who love basketball. We remember a couple of short years ago, there's a dynasty and won what was it, 3 out of 4, I think, championships, if I'm not mistaken. And they did their thing, but this isn't the same Warriors team. Draymond and got old. Klay Thompson is hurt. They got some young guys trying to do some things. Kelly Oubre is a big piece that they missing as far as the defense he brings to take a lot of the heat off of Steph on that end. What I'm saying? Missing him is definitely going to hurt them. Andrew Wiggins is good, but I think Kelly Oubre brings a lot as well. So Steph could still kill us and we could still win this game. I don't want to see him kill us, but Steph, he's on the island by himself, man. I mean, the dude's scoring like how he was scoring last month because he had to. And then keep in mind, he wasn't winning all of those games. He had games where he was scoring 45 points and all that, and he was losing. So it don't scare me. It really don't, like how I used to, because it's not the same Warriors team. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he coming to New Orleans, man. We know how to cook too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He ordered his foods from Weed Ass. You better cut that out.
Right.
Hey, Till, tell him, Till. He don't know how to cook out there, Till. Tell him. Tell him where he getting his food from, Till.
Bro. And we ill enough to steal all his goddamn pots too. We ain't gonna have nothing to cook out of. We don't play that.
But nah, Damien, it's all good, bro. No, I know you speak. You telling the truth, bro. I understand what you're saying. That heat wasn't for you, bro. That was in reference to me just saying I've been frustrated, pretty much from watching the Pelicans this entire season. So that wasn't meant for you. That is merely the fact that I'm expressing that I know what the Pelicans actually are. I can see through all of the missed free throws and the bad defense and the Eric Bledsoe stumbles and bumbles and many other inconsistent moments through the season that we've been watching. This has been a very, very difficult season up to this point. And I was, and I knew, I said, listen, this team needs to go on a run and we'll be fine. But the most we can ever get out of them consistently was 4 wins. And then they'll lose all that momentum by winning 4 and then losing 3. Then they'll win 2 and lose 2. They'll win 1 and lose 3. That's very frustrating because you're looking at the team and says, man, you got Zion Williamson, who's an outer-worldly character. B.I. is spectacular in his own right, and Lonzo Ball is playing the best basketball completely of his young NBA career. So right. You have in upstart players like NAW, KLJ, list goes on and on. Jackson Hayes, you see them develop, and Jackson was struggling. Then you seen the light go on, him dunking on people, him actually picking up his defensive assignments. And then, of course,
he played good tonight too.
Right. And then the maddening efforts of at times SVG not digging into the bench, me telling them play Najee Marshall, me telling them yelling play Wenyon Gabriel, me yelling telling them play these bench guys because you got Jules there. And eventually he did play Billy Hernan Gomez, and we seen what he made of. He eventually did play Najee Marshall. Eventually he did get this. Then the trades happened where we were able to get some of these people like James Johnson and the rest of these guys. So I mean, it's been a very perplexing situation, but I never lost focus. Even in the midst of multiple games we're losing, I've never mentioned or lost hope that the Pelicans, or lost my initial thought that the Pelicans was a playoff team. Not once did I say they're not a playoff team. I always hold true because I know who they are. Even though SVG has problems communicate with them, I know that eventually they'll get it. We just need to get them up to a certain point of the season where they can get close enough to that heat of that, with that playoffs that they made, and saying, you know what, it's time to go, baby. It's time to kick in.
What are you talking about? You talking about that pressure. That's that pressure, Big Q, because you know one thing, that pressure gonna make a diamond, or it's gonna make some goddamn cold. And we know we got some diamonds on our team. So a lot of people don't realize it, but I like what I see from Lonzo Ball when the pressure get turned up a lot of times. I know the playing he did bad last year, but late in games, I like the fact that he's not afraid to take the shot, even though I wasn't happy when they took the 3-pointers late in the game tonight, him and Brandon Ingram. But it turned out good. But I like having guys that's not afraid, to step up and do that. And we got 3 of them. You got Zoe, you got Zion, you got B.I. So them guys going to take this intensity, and guys that are not afraid, their level of play usually rises a few notches. And you see them doing stuff that you might have not necessarily seen all season. They turn it up another gear. So I'm excited to see that, man. And I guess this is what David Griffin meant, where he said we was gonna be playing meaningful games. Like he wasn't lying about that.
No, he'd be lying about a lot, but he was telling the truth
He
on
wasn't
this
lying
one.
about that.
No,
So
he was telling the truth on this one.
yeah, this is gonna be something to watch, man. And you're right, we've never strung together more than 4 wins or so, man. And that's something we got to get over that hump, bro. This is the time to do it. You don't leave nothing left. You know what I'm saying? They got to play balls to the wall, man. Put it all out there. And at some point, we are getting NAW back. Hopefully sooner than later. I know we excited about Didi, but I think we probably gonna see NAW before we see Didi. So that'll be a big boost. And all of those guys seem to love each other, man. They all excited for each other. So when he comes back, I think that'll take us emotionally to another level and actually raise the intensity of the team, the seriousness of them, and their mission to continue to play and build that chemistry. Because when he was out there, what he was adding, similar to a Najee Marshall, but from an offensive standpoint, NAW was taking our offense to another level, man. We were really becoming unguardable with everybody healthy and him out there. And so almost to the point where we was like, man, we were seeing it one of these games, like Van Gundy gonna have to sit Bledsoe. It was getting close to that point. He was playing that good, man, to
And,
make
and,
him have to sit Bledsoe down because he was playing good defense and he they was leaving him open on them threes and he was knocking them down. And he had his inside out game working. He can't finish at the rim. He hits his free throws. You know what I'm saying? What more do you want? He wasn't turning the ball over like crazy no more. He don't get a lot of assists, but he makes the right pass a lot of times. So that's something to look forward to as well, man. Seeing that guy come back changes the dynamic. And then after he comes back, at some point, I don't think it's gonna be forever what Josh Hart is sitting out. Can you imagine have Josh Hart and James Johnson with that second unit and see what we got with them two, with both of those guys out there?
that's and I've been saying that. I was like, listen, the Pelicans are still missing guys. James Johnson came back relatively recent. NAW is very close. Matter of fact, he was there. He was out there. He just didn't. I think he was suited up. I think I seen him in the
He
uniform.
was
I might
suited
be
up. He was
tripping.
suited up today. Well,
I
he's been
want to say
he's
I've
been
seen him
doing
in.
this pregame stuff like lately.
Okay.
Last 3
I
or 4
want because
games,
I
I
was
think
like,
he's
I
been doing
thought
the
I said, I was
pregame.
like, I thought I seen him, suited up. If I'm not mistaken, I could have seen that. I don't know, but he's damn close. And I know Josh Hart's supposed to be coming back right around in the season. So imagine all of those guys back playing at the same time, which we never seen that yet because they were all, we didn't see them play together because those injuries took them away from us. But you get those very impactful players back to your team. The Pelicans are super. This team is going to be a juggernaut, a domino, a dynamo. But as far as you guys just seen, I put the schedule up on the screen for the family members. Rob asked about the Pelican schedule, and then of course I put it up on the screen as you can see right
Tough
there.
games still in
A
them,
lot
man.
of great.
Tough games.
You got Golden State 3 times in the last, and that's 8 games remaining. I won't say how many is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 games remaining. 8 games, and then 2 of them go relatively fast because Monday you have Golden State. Then Tuesday is Golden State at home. Then you go on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game road trip.
Man, that's crazy.
Which starts off with Philly. Then 2 days later, you're at Charlotte with LaMelo, who came back tonight. Then you have Memphis, Dallas, who's playing really well. And then you end that on the West Coast with Golden State. Then you come back home 2 days later for a matchup with a hungry ass Laker club led by LeBron and AD. You want to
I
earn?
don't think they're gonna play in that game, Q.
I don't know.
I think they might sit them out, bro.
We'll see. Because at the end of the day, man, this is what you're dealing with. This is what you got. These are a lot of tough contests here. Damian says, Q, DC, you think SVG is a damn good coach? He said, I really think SVG is a damn good coach. A lot of people want this dude to leave after 1 year. I think he deserves a good year. What you think? I mean, a lot of people are upset with Stan Van Gundy. They are. I've been the one. I've been saying Stan Van Gundy. A lot of people say Q, he ain't the coach. When I go places, people tell me that. I was at a steak dinner and people was telling me, man, Stan Van Gundy ain't the coach.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, you better know. He was leading the damn charge. But Stan Van Gundy ain't the coach. I said, all right, Swade. But the reality is Van Gundy's not going anywhere. He got a multi-year contract. And let me tell you something. They're starting to listen to Stan Van Gundy, but listen, once this team gets in the playoffs, all that go out the window. Let me tell you something. They just need they all struggling together. They just need to see some results. Get into the playoffs as a team and getting those results. People will in that buy they're going to buy in the Stan Van even more so because he would have done something Elvin Gentry sorry ass only did 1 year out of all the many years that he was here, and that's to get the team to the playoffs. He would be able to do it in his first year. I think this man, he got enough of the principles. Communications is an issue, but results, getting them to the playoffs will get a lot of that off of Stan Van Gundy. When people say, listen, he'd be a little overbearing at times, but his method is a method to his madness. The guy got us to the playoffs, and we got something to build off of. So you'll start to see them buy in more because buy-in is in degrees, man. Right. You know, there's levels to buying in. Okay, we're going to give just a little bit here, a little bit of that, and ultimately getting to the playoffs helps calm a lot of that, man. That's what the Pelican faithful want. They want they want this damn team in the playoffs. So, you know, DC, go ahead.
And I mean, rightfully so, man. Rightfully so by the family, because I feel like prior to last year and, AD leaving and everything, the Pelicans, our fan base, man, we've been fairly patient. You know what I'm saying?
Kenneth said he was suited up. I thought I seen him.
Yeah, he was suited up, but he had his warm ups on, and maybe he had his jersey and stuff on after that. I'm sure if he could play, they would have played him. But man, I think our fan base has been patient, and then when all the AD stuff happened, bro, I understand why everybody's such in a rush to. We got Zion, we gotta win. We just gotta win. But I mean, you gotta keep in mind, man. I keep saying this, and Zion then won more games than LeBron his first 2 years. He's won more games than KD his first 2 years. And then when you go to a bunch of other stars, we've already won more games.
DC, keep saying that because say that again, because let that reverberate through the minds of the family members that know how excellent and how powerful what you just said was. Say that again, bro.
Zion has won.
And break it down. Stop in between when you said it to let the family members get that. Let it resonate.
Zion has won more games than LeBron James in his first 2 years already. He got more. It's probably 9 or 10 games more than LeBron. Right now, he's won more games by a landslide than KD in his first 2 years. And these are probably the two best players in the game right now.
Right now.
For over the last probably 5, 6, 7 years. And this dude is already leaps and bounds beyond them. He done broke all AD records in his first 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Then won more games than him. I'm more than sure. And I ain't got to look it up. You know what I'm saying? So I think are just scarred from what happened with AD and the whole Alvin Gentry thing. And we can't be with this 1 year thing. I know we don't like Van Gundy as much. We feel like could have been better coaches, but I said it when we got him. The more I started thinking about it, I can appreciate it and I like it. I don't know if we can win a championship with him, but Van Gundy will set us up and damn sure put us in a way better position than what we would have been if we didn't have him, because he's a coach that can make a bridge to you being a championship team, because he's going to show these guys the fundamentals of basketball and make them learn the fundamental stuff. Then once you learn all the fundamentals, now they can freestyle. They can get creative. They can kind of play the game how they want because they've mastered the fundamentals. And then that's when you get, your younger coach, your coach that give them a lot of rope, your coach that lets them be whoever they are and figure out a new way to play the game because they've mastered the 1, 2, 3 or ABCs of basketball. So as much as we don't like Stan Van Gundy, one goddamn thing, he's going to show them how to play the right way, especially on the defensive end, which if anybody, we all watched this team last year and we seen a coach that threw all the fundamental shit out the window. We see how
Oh, he
that
ain't
turned
care.
out.
That man ain't care nothing about no defense.
Right.
He ain't
So
care about you doing no offensive rebound. You go down there, jack up the ball. He ain't care if the offensive man. He said, "Listen, he can if it that would have improved Gentry's philosophy if he would even factored in the fact that listen, before you jack up the three, let the guy get in front of the rim so that if he misses the 3-point shot that I'm promoting you to take, that he can have a stick back or whatever else." But that wasn't the case. You living on one shot. You're not even, you're not even, and that was the fundamental flaw that I would challenge him on. All those maddening years that this asshole was running them down the court, jacking up threes, and wouldn't even have in principled enough to put in there. Let the rebounder get in position for a possible stick back. You just jacking them up, just volume 3-point shooting. Yeah, we averaging 170 points a night, but you giving up 175, losing your ass off. And the one year we did succeed was because Rondo was waving off a lot of the crap that he was doing. He was orchestrating the team on the court. Rondo was doing all that on the court. The team getting hot and playing hot, and Gentry see him and try to pull Rondo out the game. Rondo waves him off. I seen all of that, man. The guy was insane. But at the end of the day, Van Gundy you're right. He's a fundamental guy, and it drops him absolutely up the wall when guys are not playing defense, when they're turning the ball over and not respecting the ball. And the fundamentals is playing good defense. You don't have to be a world beater, but you're smart and you be where you're supposed to be. Hitting a high clip on your free throws because they are free is supposed to be the easiest shot in the NBA is a free throw. It's a charity. That's why we call it the charity stripe. You can't get no freer than that. So, I mean, hitting a higher clip on that, 78, 80% somewhere in there, will get you a lot of games. In case in point tonight, you hit 78% of your free throws tonight. Guess what? There was no overtime period. You beat this team by at least 3 or 4 points.
right.
If you hit those free throws like you're supposed to. And then, of course, there are other things. But on the back of those fundamental things, you build your game is a lot easier. You'll force undisciplined teams to have turnovers, unforced errors, throwing the ball over, and force them into turnovers that help you and then get you out into transition to score easier. So, I mean, there's a method to the madness, and Van Gundy is one every way he's supposed to. I didn't like the hiring of Van Gundy. I thought he was away from the game too long. I thought he would be a guy that would have communication issues with younger players, which is showing you is the truth. That's why I wanted a guy, even if you took David Fizdale, I wanted Mark Jackson. He's blackballed. Even if you'd have went with Will Weaver, that was Trajan Langdon's guy, but Trajan Langdon is just a janitor. He's not a general man. Nobody don't ask him no questions. They ask him what office you gonna clean up today. I thought I was gonna clean up the West office come on,
damn,
bro.
Q.
I mean, I'm saying, bro, what the hell, man? When we ask the general manager questions, they peruse right over top of Trajan Langdon's ass and go right to him and to Griffin. What good is you being a general manager? What the fuck is you general managing? I'll tell you what you general manager in the maintenance closet. That's what your ass is doing. But anyway, listen, man, we're gonna stop it on that. I like to thank all the family members for chiming in. And Dave said, I've never been a Gentry fan. I've been a fan since the Hornets was born. New Orleans still got a Hornet tattoo on me. I got Pelican diehard, but still missing Monty. Well, yeah, Monty doing an excellent job. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is at the end of the day, Stan Van Gundy is a bit of annoying. He is annoying. And I've said that when we first signed him, it's better. He has to grow on you. You know, and remember I made that joke. It's better for him to grow on you than fall on you. Remember that? Which is ring true today because he is eventually after a season of play defense, blah, 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 play defense, blah, 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 hit free throws, blah, 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 let Zion be the point guard, blah, 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 whatever he's saying. Eventually it's not blah, blah, blah anymore. Eventually you're hearing him, unlike you hear like the Charles Brown teacher. That's what Stan sound like to the player. But now eventually when he gets him a stone throw from the play-in,
play defense.
Play defense. Now it's turning.
Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn. Well, right.
Hit your free throws.
Right.
Well, you know, he's a guy that hasn't played, and I think for younger guys that matters because I don't know if we realize sometimes. I don't know if every player is a student of the game or know as much as people that are a little older that watch basketball know. Like, you got to realize some of these players, they're young, man. So, like, even when they have a coach that played before, they're like, who's this guy or whatever. And then they go back when they have respect for him and go look and see, damn, coach was doing that. Coach was putting up these types because they didn't see him. Like, they wasn't even born when he was playing. And then, they kind of realized that. I noticed, like, younger guys usually take more to coaches like that. But Stan Van Gundy ain't got no tape like that. Stan Van Gundy been a coach his whole basketball life. Like, he never played. So for younger guys, I think that's always a rough transition, unless you're a coach that got rings already. If you got championships, okay, I've been to the finals and we lost. That's what Stan Van Gundy, got on his resume. So veteran guys, I think, would appreciate that because they understand how hard it is to even get to the finals. But younger guys are like, you got there and you lost. Like, you know how to lose. I'm not going to listen to everything you saying. In the back of their head, that's kind of what the guys might be thinking. But as they do some of the stuff that he says to do, and it contributes to winning, I think you get more of their respect. They buy in a little more, like you were saying, Q. It's a process for them to buy in. Right. And I saw somebody in the comments was the Melanin guy. Yeah, she said, you asked me a question about if they start the next season under 500, should he be fired? And I'm saying, like, you got to give the dude at least, you got to give him some time, man.
Yeah,
you got to give him
at least 2 to 3 years. They're not
next year.
He got to be horrible, DC. They got to be like 0-20 or the force of change like that, because the pressure of the flock gonna gain. But if he's, but listen, it take a couple years.
You got to have a 13-game losing streak.
It got to be something real, right? It got to be real bad for them to start thinking about it. Because remember, they're not going to be apt to make such a quick coach. And listen, fam, I know it's easy for us to just say, listen, let's get rid of the guy. We don't like the guy, the team losing. But you got to look at it from a general manager standpoint. My bad, a David Griffin standpoint, because we don't really have a general manager. David Griffin is the general manager and the president of basketball operations. David Griffin. We don't have a general manager.
Right.
So, I mean, let's just say we got Swin Cash, who's the assistant general manager. But
man, look, you're going to stop doing that boy Trajan like that, bro.
Trajan ain't doing a goddamn thing, bro, but sucking up a paycheck. Cut it out. But listen, outside of
Trajan keeping Zion and Ingram happy, bro.
He ain't doing a damn thing unless he bringing them their Uber. That's all. I'm bringing them they Uber.
They all Duke alumni, bro. He keeping them dudes happy. He got the pulse on our two biggest stars on the team.
And speaking of Dookies, I mean, anyway, let's leave that be.
I never liked that nickname. That sound nasty.
That's about as accurate as it get when it comes down to Trajan Langdon's his job performance.
Oh,
but
man, come on.
But I'm just saying, how much pressure can I give an invincible man? I mean, come on. What you want me to say? What kind of props can I give an invincible man? Oh, he helping out David Griffin. You don't hear shit from the man. What he doing? When they ask questions about the team, who they ask?
David Griffin is the mouthpiece. Trajan Langdon
man, that's
is
bullshit,
the brains
man.
behind
That's
the
bullshit.
scenes.
That's bull. I never seen nothing operate like that. I heard of a silent partner.
It's like the Saints with their two quarterback system, bro.
DC, hold on, DC. I heard of a silent partner before, but goddamn, I never heard of a silent general manager.
If you're a good general manager,
you're a silent general manager.
Man, Big Q, if you're a good general manager, you're not supposed to be making all that noise, bro. When you're a good general manager, you're not supposed to be all in the videos trying to dance on stage.
You supposed to be like Puffy Combs all in the video.
You supposed to be like Suge Knight, bro, but without all of the pictures of you with cigars and red suits and
you don't want
all that.
You don't want a CEO dancing in your videos, doing all your ad libs. And I say, hold on. Now listen to old big albums, and I hear Puffy Combs all in the back ad lib, and I say, take that. He was saying, he was on Ready to Die, the biggest song, Ready to Die. One of the hardest songs Biggie Smalls ever did was Ready to Die from the first album. And Sean Combs on the back, we gonna kill your ass. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Why are you on this song?
I told you that we won't stop.
Come on, man. A silent general manager. My goodness, I done heard it all right now. I done heard it forever now. But anyway,
what all these other general managers, Big Q, that's always talking? Because I don't hear a lot of. I don't
man,
hear.
cut that out.
I don't hear. What was the general manager
You don't
from the
pay
Lakers?
you
I
don't
don't
pay
hear that
attention.
man talking all the time. Jenny
You
Buck
ain't
do more
you ain't
talking than him.
you ain't no Lakers, man. You don't know. You don't. Rob Pelinka be on there talking all the time. That's Hollywood, man.
You don't be on there talking all the time.
Man, you better go and check it out. You ain't no Lakers, man. You don't be paying attention to Rob Pelinka. You don't know Rob Pelinka be getting that done.
Daryl Morey don't be talking all the time.
Daryl Morey, you know who Daryl Morey is.
I think
You got
James
questions.
Harden is better than Michael Jordan.
You better Daryl Morey. And you hear Daryl Morey talking. You hear him when you got questions. You know who to ask.
Trajan Landon was just on a podcast the other day. Big Q.
Which podcast?
I don't know the name of it.
He ain't got no voice. He's silent. The man's a mime, bro.
He was
He's
out
pretty
there on
much a
Twitter
mime.
somewhere, man.
The man's he's a mime, dog. You ask him a question, Trajan, what you gonna do about the Didi Luzada? You know what his response to that was, DC? You know what he did? He did this, DC. Look. I said, what the hell is that, man? The man's a freaking mime, bro. He's he got a vowel of silence, man. I mean,
that man be in the tunnel after every game, dapping all the players up, making sure everybody all right, bro. He hands on with the players, Q. He don't want to talk to your ass because he heard you talking disrespectfully. He rather talk to the
wrong
players.
shit. You come on here and tell me what you doing over there. I mean, come on, because you ain't doing nothing. Nobody talking to you. Well, I agreed when I took the general manager position to be a solid GM. Man, get out of here. You was trying to leave to take the Sacramento job. You just got on with the Pelicans earlier that year. You mean to tell me and then he was in the speculation to go to Sacramento? DC, please tell me you remember that. But anyway, we're going to leave that alone. All I'm saying at the end of the day,
because people like you was trying to force the man to talk.
Man,
he's like, man,
bro,
Big Q keep talking about I'm quiet and I got to get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go to California where it's sunny at, and Sacramento, they always losing. I ain't got to say shit.
Yeah, you got to answer inside. You're going to be asking because, I mean, I'm asking. There's not a situation in the NBA and the NFL where you got a solid GM who just run over him. He just collecting a check, bringing people Uber Eats and every damn thing.
Trajan Langdon do all this talking overseas. They ain't tell you that the man was bilingual, bro. And he learned a lot of French and all them other languages from playing overseas, bro. And that's how we got Didi. And he told Didi, he was like, look, you got to stay. And you're going to have to stay over here and we're going to try to get you up on your English because your English ain't good enough. And then he went got us Millie from over there.
That man a goddamn mom, DC. Cut that out.
He went over there and spoke that French and shit to Millie and got him to come. We ain't got no translator. Q, the man, he speaks fluently in French.
This is
even though
this is Trajan Langdon.
This is was a French country.
DC, this is Trajan Langdon opening his window. You see, look.
Come on, Q. Come on, man.
DC. Anyway, man, let me leave that man alone, man. That's Trajan Langdon opening this window. But listen, man, the bottom line is I like the trajectory they're headed, but it's a respect thing with SVG. SVG gets them in the playoffs. That gets the Stars' ear because that's the main thing. To get the Pelicans and Zion Williamson in the playoffs is the first thing, and the pressure comes off, and then you can use that as a floor in which to build a house. Because every year the Pelicans should be in the playoffs. This is and remember when the last time we made it there in 2017. Remember we was in a sea of red. The arena was lit up. They had Pelican red all over the building. People were responding. They came out, packed the arena. The region was electric for the playoffs. We love winning bad. We love the playoffs here in New Orleans, and for the Pelicans to keep on had that winning tradition of being in the playoffs is what we're looking for. So hope that is what we striving for. 8 games remaining. That's on the screen right now. We got to take care of business against these damn teams by any means necessary. And in the words of Sean Puffy Combs in the Big A albums, we're gonna kill your ass. DC, let me see you do your Trajan Langdon open the window.
Man, I can't do the Trajan Lane to open the window, bro. That's you. You got that all day. I ain't about to do that to Trey, man. Do a Trajan Lane to interview you. So, Trajan, how do you feel about the Pelicans' performance tonight?
How I feel about it? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, how you feel about the
You ask me that question again?
So, Trajan, what do you feel about the exciting victory with the Pelicans thriller in overtime tonight? Trajan?
That's the easiest one I ever did right there. Ask me another question, DC.
So, Trajan, with the success of Zion Williamson's historic season this year, can you tell us a little bit about some of the behind the scenes things that you've done to help him on this historic run he's going through? Trajan? Are you still there?
Oh man. Hey man, let me see DC.
Oh. But you know what, bro? You know what? With David Griffin, I don't think Trajan had no time to say. David Griffin is like your boy off the Hot 5 Heartbeats. He just gonna come steal the mic from every goddamn body. Trajan be getting ready to talk to David Griffin. That damn mic. What was the question? What that was?
Jamal said,
what Jamal, he said David Griffin got a mute button for Trajan. I believe that, bro. Trajan be talking his ass off, bro. They just turn the man mic off, bro.
Do the rope pull, DC. Do the Trajan Lane the rope pull.
You crazy. Do anybody even know what his voice sounds like? What Trajan sound like? I heard him talk a few times.
I could do a Trajan Lane impression, DC. I know how he sound.
How he sound, Q?
You ready?
Yeah. When you gonna start the impression? Wait, you did it already?
I already did it. You hear it?
Oh, hey, do it again. I think something on my headphones. I ain't hear shit.
Yeah, you go. There you go. He ain't do shit. So the bottom line, so he's talking to what he doing. So anyway, family, we're gonna stop nudging at him, man. Big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for joining us on this one. DC, you wanna do the phrase that pays, my brother? Okay, you ready? Do the phrase that pays.
I'm doing my Trajan Lane impression. He did the phrase tonight, bro.
All right, thank you, Trains. The big ups to Trains, man, for dropping the knowledge, man. He did a great job today. The silent partner GM is in the building. So with that said, it's crazy. I never heard of a silent partner general manager before. But anyway, thank y'all for joining for us in this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to y'all. Please hit upon the like button. Please feel free to share the show's links in social media feed.
You stupid, boy.
DC, open the window, DC. Open the window, DC.
Oh man.
I'll be messing around, bro. I'll be messing around. So with that being said, I appreciate the flock for joining us, man. We're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Go Pels, and check with us tomorrow for the Sports Cone. We'll be back in the building for the undrafted show. Hit the notification bells on that. DC, fun and fabulous show. Pelicans get the win, 2-game winning streak. Take a rest. We'll be back Monday night, Tuesday night for what is going to be a very interesting matchup with the Golden State Warriors.
Need that rest because there's going to be a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure indeed. All right, brother. Thank you. Big ups to y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Much love to all the family members. Who that?
Who
Go
dat?
Pels, and we out.